So Jerry Lewis is an old-time comedian, although what he said about Syrian refugees is not at all funny. Now, yes, he had a brilliant career in movies, along with Dean Martin on TV, and was beloved by a lot of Americans. Behind the scenes, there are reports that incredibly selfish and not overly concerned with other people's feelings. But you have to give credit where credit is due, and it's a huge but, because he did this program for Jerry's Kids where he helped kids who, obviously had health issues, and he did that for a long, long time, and he was enormously helpful there. Now, here, later on in his life, he puts out some things that are going to do damage to his reputation. Like, at some point, okay, go out on a high note, man. Don't say stuff like this. So what did he say? On the refugees, not only should they not come to the U.S., he says, quote, refugees should stay where the hell they are. But Jerry, that's the problem. They're in hell. That's why they run. They're running from ISIS. So this is footage from RT. It's actually shot from a drone, and you'll see here what Syria looks like right now. Yet they should stay where the hell they are. So you're telling them, no, you got kids that were in those buildings. But you should go ahead and stay where the hell you are. That's why they're running. Jerry, don't you get it? They're not ISIS. They're running from ISIS. If they're in ISIS, they don't have to run because they're running Raqqa and many of the cities in Syria right now. You've got complete and utter devastation. Look at this, man. And you're telling them, oh, suck it up. Just stay in those buildings and good luck to you. You know who wants to leave their home? Almost no one. You leave your home because you have no other choice. That looks like they had no other choice. Now, Jerry Lewis says, no one has worked harder for the human condition than I have, but they're not part of the human condition. Are you kidding me, man? People got to know at some point when to talk and when not to talk. They're not part of the human condition. What kind of a sick thing is that to say? He said, if 11 guys in the group of 10,000 are ISIS, referring to the Syrian refugees that are possibly coming to the United States, how can I take that chance? I don't want to lose another Frenchman or another Englishman. That bothers me. But apparently it doesn't bother you that we've got millions of Syrians displaced and running from these monsters, both Assad, the dictator, and ISIS, the terrorist group. Now, I want to compare and contrast that because, unfortunately, that's what a lot of people said back in the 1930s when the Jews and others were running from the Nazis. They said, how can we take the chance? No, we're not going to let him. Ship came to Florida looking for refuge here. We turned him away. We didn't want to take the chance. We didn't want to take the chance. Now, I'm going to contrast him to Mandy Patinkin, who's an actor who spoke out against Ted Cruz when he made similar comments. And he actually works with the International Committee to help refugees, specifically in Syria. And he said that when he was helping the refugees, quote, standing with them, I did not see strangers to be feared, but the faces and stories of my own family. I saw Grandpa Max, who left Poland to escape the Nazis, and Grandma Masha, who was forced from Russia during the pogroms. And now I could help this family reach the safety of Germany, a place my ancestors had fled in search of welcoming arms. See, that's a person who cares about other people and believes we're all part of the human condition. Jerry Lewis, maybe you might want to look into it. Now, he unfortunately had comments about Obama and Trump as well. This is what he said about President Obama. About ISIS, he said he was never prepared for it, and what I'm watching in him is uncertainty, and you can't have uncertainty in a leader. Now, he says that based on almost nothing. I get it. When President Obama comes out, he doesn't speak like Donald Trump. He doesn't go, I'm fantastic, and I'm going to be great, and they're like Ted Cruz, I'm going to utterly destroy ISIS. He doesn't say absurd things like that. Instead, he does. Now, look, I think that he bombs too much. I think that it is counterproductive. But you can't say he doesn't bomb ISIS enough. Dropped over 9,000 bombs on their heads. Reports out this week from our generals, which Republicans tell me to always trust, saying that we've killed some of the top ISIS leaders that coordinated the attack on Paris. So what part of that was uncertain? You want to ask Osama bin Laden how uncertain Barack Obama is? You might try to find him at the bottom of the ocean. But yet they put out these nonsense talking points. Oh, he's uncertain. No, he hasn't done enough. He's not tough enough. Now, so who do you like, Jerry Lewis? After these quotes, you're not going to be surprised to find out that he's a big fan of Donald Trump. Why? Well, he says, quote, he's a showman, and we've never had a showman in the president's chair. Wow, that is compelling logic. I hadn't thought of that. Great. When we're fighting ISIS, we need a showman, a clown in office. Obama hasn't done enough. But if we could just replace him with a showman, everything will be great. By the way, we did have a showman in office. His name was Ronald Reagan. And when he was making decisions on whether to fight the terrorists in Lebanon after over 200 of our Marines were killed by them, he decided to run. Hey, showman in office. When he decided what he was going to do with the Iranians when they were committing acts of terrorism, he decided to sell them weapons. He negotiated with terrorists and then gave them weapons. That's how a showman ran the Oval Office. You want to go back to that? I know a lot of people think that that was a great time in America when we had a clown in office who didn't know what he was doing. You know one other thing that Ronald Reagan, the showman, did? Oh, right. He helped fund the Mujahideen in Afghanistan. You know what they're called now? Taliban and Al-Qaeda. No, I would not like another showman in office. I'd like a serious person who actually cares about the whole human condition.